How do I find new customers? How do I sell more to existing clients? How do I make sure that my sales reps are not missing a single opportunity to sell? How do I have a better visibility into my business's most critical part, sales? Some say that sales is an art. Others are saying that sales is a process that could be documented and almost completely automated. In reality, truth, as always, is somewhere in the middle. In this episode of CRM 101 series, I will talk about single most important part of the business, about closing more deals, attracting more clients, and how to manage that process. I will talk about opportunity management. In this video, I will explain what an opportunity means and what is opportunity management. I will guide you through the terminology and explain what is sales process, conversion rate, how probability and forecasting works. I'll explain what is the right time to implement opportunity management and when it's not. And finally, I will give you tips on what decisions you will need to make to implement opportunity management. Oh, and to make this video even better, I'll make a short demo of the opportunities inside CRM systems in the end of this video. My name is Jeff Tiley, and I am full-time consultant and technology evangelist. This is an episode of CRM 101 series where I explain basics of CRM. If you are in the beginning of your research considering implementing CRM or even a seasoned CRM professional, this video is absolutely for you. I will be sharing evergreen fundamentals that won't change with technology. While features and platforms come and go, these principles will stay relevant for years to come. You will gain knowledge that will help you make critical business decisions, knowledge that could save you or your company hundreds of thousands of dollars, hours of frustration, and even eliminate risks for your career as a manager. Most importantly, I will share my unique perspective that will give you much more context and will guide you in making decisions or will enrich your existing knowledge about CRM. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to not miss my next videos and hit like to this video if you like what I'm doing. Let's jump to the video. Let me start with definitions. Opportunity is a potential business with your existing or new client. It's sometimes also known as deal, prospect, sales prospect, potential deal, and many other words. Essentially, they all mean the same. It's a chance to win a business. But there is a reason why word opportunity is a much better word. Because opportunity in CRM software is not always used to describe potential sale. It's an opportunity to reach desired results. Just let me read a definition of word opportunity by Oxford. It's a time when a particular situation makes it possible to do or achieve something. Is it a sale, a new supplier, new partnership, or anything that is your commercial or even not commercial goal? It's an entity that is used to document your attempts to reach your goal. I guess we all know that in order to achieve success, we have to make multiple attempts before we succeed. Opportunity tracking is designed to track those attempts on a corporate level across all your team. Most often use case for opportunities in CRM systems is tracking and prospecting a sale, which makes it a great time to cover our next topic, terminology. Probably the most important and central term of opportunity management is sales process. Sales process is a series of steps that a sales rep has to take to close a deal. Well thought out sales process usually is no more than 5 to 7 steps. I always like to make comparison with cooking recipe. A great recipe is the one that is easy to cook and has a great taste. Same applies to sales process. A great sales process is easy to execute and it gives good, predictable results. Normally, sales process consists of requirement gathering or discovery phase, making an offer, negotiation, and closing, which leads us to our next term, qualification. In opportunity management process, qualification is an initial phase of opportunity. In theory, it comes before discovery. In practice, it is a discovery. In this phase, you try to learn if opportunity is worth your time. Does the client meet your so-called ICP or ideal customer profile? Is opportunity value enough? And if you could deliver what a prospect is looking for. I couldn't emphasize enough how important qualification stage is. This year, I made a mistake that costed me approximately 2 months of my work. A lead landed from our company website and I engaged in conversation with a prospect. I started to set up workshops with the client, gathered requirements, documented everything, and spent in total like 30 hours with them. Only to discover that I forgot to ask one very important question in the very beginning. Which CRM they are planning to implement? Apparently, they were looking for something we couldn't offer. To give you a bit more context, if you don't know who I am co-founder of Monthly, a Salesforce consulting company which is a sponsor of today's video. At Monthly, we help our clients implement Salesforce CRM in their business. We help define business process, customize system, and support our clients after the delivery is done. We are no nonsense company. We are a group of brutally honest, highly performing Red Bull-powered individuals, and if you are looking for a great CRM professionals, you found them. You know the game. Link in the description below. What did I just do? I tried to convince you to visit our website. I tried to close you on visiting website, which leads us to our next word, closing. Closing is a very important word for opportunity management. Normally, 8 out of 10 opportunities are lost. This is not a sales training video, and I will not be telling you that all stages that preceded closing now should be helping you. I will discuss this from CRM perspective. In CRM terms, closing means both losing and winning opportunities. This word is used to exclude opportunities from your pipeline. It frees up your resource to focus on next opportunities. Closing opportunities is as important as registering and qualifying them. Just think about it for a moment. Every closed opportunity narrows down your focus to those opportunities that are still open and declutters the space for new opportunities to come in. Another reason why closing is important for your CRM is because it's one of the ways to collect data. If you store all your historically won and lost opportunities, you can make analysis and see market trends. I, for example, create a report in the end of each year to reflect. What opportunities did we have? What did we lose and why? What could be done better next year? For example, I've recently made a decision to depreciate one of our services because we were losing too many opportunities with it without winning anything. I realized we are not competitive, so why should we keep going with the product? As I said, closing plays important role in data analysis, which leads us to our next term, conversion rate. Conversion rate is your won opportunities divided by lost opportunities. It's a ratio of won versus lost. But don't rush into conclusions. There are much more conversion rates than just won versus lost. While conversion rate is a very simple, easy to calculate number, it plays a very important role in your sales forecasting, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. Conversion rate is one of the key indicators of your sales pipeline health. If your conversion rates are low, it means your lead generation strategy is headed wrong direction. Your sales reps are not performing well, or your product is not positioned well on the market. If conversion is abnormally high, it indicates that your sales reps are registering only opportunities that are highly likely to close. Both are bad, and both are reasons to make your pipeline inspection. There are many different types of conversion rates, depending on what you are trying to figure out about your process. For example, quote to cash conversion rate means how many quotes have led business that brought cash. I've spoken about leads in this video, but there is also a conversion rate that uses leads and opportunities combined to know how much of your leads are converting into paying customers. Opportunity stage conversion rate. You can and you will have to calculate each of your stages conversion rate. It gives a very important number that indicates how likely an opportunity on a specific sales stage is to convert, which naturally leads us to our next topic, probability. Probability is how likely a deal is to close expressed in percentage. It's probably the most controversial number in opportunity management, but if done right, it could be your tool to get a very clear estimation for your pipeline. Probability should always be calculated based off your historical data. For that purposes, it is important that you enable opportunity status field tracking historical data. Some systems like Salesforce allows you to store how your stages were changing historically. That enables you to report on them and figure out each sales stage probability. For example, I'm doing sales pipeline analysis for my company for the last 8 years. Even though I've changed 3 companies, I remain in the same industry and I see comparable conversion rates. For instance, every time I send an offer to client, I know that probability is around 37%, because everything that preceded to that offer is significant resource investment from client side. In contrast, if I get a lead, I know that my lead to cash conversion is only about 6%. Depends on season and source of lead, but this gives me precious information about what to expect. Probability has a direct impact on our next topic, sales forecasting. Forecasting is a special type of reporting. It has to do with trying to predict how much sales you are going to make. It's like weather forecast, but for sales. Salesforce says that sales forecasts on their platform are within 10% accuracy range 50% of the time. Basically, half the time they are accurate. Forecasting works with four main numbers. First, your opportunity amount. Since opportunities are prospecting deals, they have some sort of amount. That amount could be expressed in monetary value or quantity. Depends on what you are targeting. Some companies target specific amount expressed in currency. Some are targeting sales in certain quantities. Like car dealers mostly track numbers of vehicles they have sold instead of sales amounts. Now, second, closing date. It's a date when you think a deal will close. You could figure out your estimated closing date directly from a customer, like by asking, when do you plan to make a decision? Or by estimating based on indirect indicators. And third, probability, that I have just talked about. These three numbers are summed up in a report showing you when and how much you are estimated to sell. You multiply your opportunity amount by probability, display it on a timeline, and then compare to our fourth number, sales quota. Quota is how much you need to sell within a certain period. In some countries, it's called a sales plan. Sales quota could be expressed in monetary or numeric value. Just like with amount, some track money value, some track quantities of goods sold, hours they have worked for client, or anything that has commercial sense for them. What do we got as a result? A sales forecast that can help you predict how much you could sell. Sales forecasting is a topic for a whole other video. Let me know in the comments down below if you want me to make a video on that. Now, let's briefly talk about when you may need to implement opportunity management. And answer is as simple as it's difficult. Usually I say to my clients, when you feel stuff is falling through the crack, it's the right time. I know some consultants say you should do that before stuff starting falling through the crack, but let's be honest. Have you ever seen someone prioritizing and planning for future challenges on time? If you feel your sales are reasonably tracked or you have too few opportunities so they easily fit in your notebook, it's fine. Here are 4 cases when you may need to start looking into opportunity management. When you have 3 or more sales reps, when you have too many opportunities to remember, when you need to report to your investors or managers, or when you need a better transparency and control over your sales process, or the combination of those, which leads us to our next topic, how to implement opportunity management. And first, you will have to make a decision on your sales process. While process design is a whole separate topic, there is one rule of thumb which you could follow to verify your sales process makes sense. Every next step in sales process should increase probability of closing a sale. In other words, every next step in your sales process should move the deal closer to being closed, won, or lost. And with every new step, the probability of winning an opportunity should grow. Next, you have to decide what a sale means, what a closed-won opportunity means to your business. What are the consequences? Does closed-won opportunity create an order? Does that mean a customer has made a payment, or does that mean you have signed a contract? It should be a state where you are 100% sure that you achieved your commercial target for this opportunity. Remember, do not mix delivery process into your sales process. In other words, as a rule of thumb, you should always keep your delivery of the value and sales separately. If you sell bananas, you should first close a deal, sign a contract, and agree on payment, and only then ship the bananas. And shipment is not part of an opportunity. Next, you need to do some homework. You will have to make sure you have clearly defined how you qualify opportunities, what data you want to know about every opportunity, and what reports you will need. Once you are clear with that, you will have to choose a CRM. You will have to make the decision which software will support your process. Remember, you first create your homework and only then you start looking for a software solution. I personally, at the moment of writing this video, recommend Salesforce. Right now, it looks like the default option with minimal risks, but it's your company and your process, so you decide. All right, let's dive and see how opportunities work in CRM system. We'll start by opening Salesforce. Now remember, Salesforce is just an example. Most modern CRMs will have similar functionality. The terminology might vary slightly. You might see them called opportunities, deals, prospects, or sales pipelines, but the concept remains the same. Once we open the Opportunities module, we are presented with a list of all current opportunities. Let's click on one of these and take a closer look. Here you can see opportunity name, closing date, and the amount associated with this deal. Since this particular opportunity is marked as closed and won, it has a 100% probability of success. That means the expected revenue is the full amount of the deal. This is how forecasting works. Expected revenue reflects the probability of winning multiplied by the deal amount. Now, let's switch to another example. We'll open an active opportunity currently in value proposition stage. Here, the expected revenue is about half the deal amount. Why? Because this deal is still in progress and hasn't reached the closing stage, so its probability is lower. This gives us a realistic forecast for how much revenue we can expect from it. Next, let's look at forecasting. Forecasting gives us a high-level view of our sales goals and progress. Here is what we typically see. Sales quota. For example, my current quota is set to 750,000. Gap to quota. This shows how much more I need to close to hit my target. In this case, it's 200,000. Pipeline coverage. This indicates how much potential business we have in progress relative to the quota. Close opportunities. These are deals we have already won. And here it shows I've achieved 73% of my quota. Total pipeline. This represents all open opportunities. Here it's 1.7 million, which is well over my quota, but remember, only a portion of this will likely to close. This kind of forecasting should become a routine activity, whether daily, weekly, monthly, or quarterly for every sales team. It provides a clear roadmap for hitting targets and optimizing resource allocation. And that's a quick overview of how opportunities and opportunity management works in CRM. That brings us to the end of today's video on opportunity management, so let's quickly recap. We covered what opportunities are and how they help track potential business deals. We explored key terminology like sales process, qualification, closing, conversion rates, probability, and forecasting. I shared insights on when and how to implement opportunity management in your business. And finally, we walked through a demo to see how it all comes together in a CRM system. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss next episode in our CRM 101 series. Got questions or thoughts? Leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And remember, if you need help implementing opportunity management or any CRM processes, check out my company link in the description. We are here to help you design, customize, and optimize your CRM. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay productive and keep closing those deals. Peace.